You want to weaponize and politicize your religion at every take until you get asked the question, JD Vance. Apparently, Pope Leo, the new Pope, isn't one... He's not here for JD Vance's amusement or to put up with his nonsense, his fake Christianity. The new Pope gave his, I guess it's called the Inaugural Mass. I'm going to stay in my lane relative to the religion that I know and understand, and that's evangelical right-wing Christianity. I don't know a ton about Catholicism, didn't grow up Catholic. I've been in a Catholic church maybe a couple dozen times at weddings or accompanying friends or whatever. So I don't know a ton about this. But I will tell you this, I know human nature. And I'm going to play a very brief video here. This was the entirety of the meeting with the Pope and the Vice President of the United States of America. This is the attention that JD Vance was granted by the new pontiff, by the new vicar of Christ, according to the Catholics. This is it. Ready? And you can tell me whether you think it was enough time, too much time, or just right. Watch this. So the actual meeting, for me, that's too much time. He gave JD Vance everything he was due, right? But that was 16 seconds. The video's a little longer because there's time of him walking up and then walking away, just a handshake. And look, again, I'm no expert. I think it's all a little weird. Women having to wear different clothes, dress up in a weird costume to meet the Pope, their head covered in black. It's all strange to me. I don't believe he's anything other than just a dude, just a man, like any other pastor, like any other preacher, like any other leader. I don't think he needs due deference at all. You probably disagree if you're a Catholic, but I don't think he's a bad guy. I'm not here to speak about that. I'm here to speak about this perceived snub. And that is what the Daily Beast and many others are characterizing this as. Listen to this headline. Pope Leo snubs JD Vance after inaugural mass. The Pope gave the vice president short shrift after the ceremony. Pope Leo the 14th spurned JD Vance on Sunday, offering just a quick greeting after his inaugural mass while holding extensive private meetings with other world leaders. The first American Pope shook Vance's hand during a brief 17-second exchange during the procession line after the Mass. Now, let me say this. What would we expect from a Pope who ostensibly, based on previous tweets and positions and just a lifelong history of things that he said, why would a Pope give a fascist, an enemy of free speech, an enemy of human rights, any time at all? This isn't World War II where the Pope looks one way in public and does another thing in private relative to the human rights abuses and genocidal maniacness of Adolf Hitler. This Pope seems to be going to be acting in the right way, standing for the people who need people to stand up for them, the poor, the people without voices, the oppressed, acting as though Jesus would act if he were alive today. Leo met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Peruvian President Zagara on Sunday after celebrating his inaugural mass, which included world leaders from Canada, Italy, Germany, and other European Union officials in the audience. The snub comes after the Pope subtly criticized Vance and the Trump administration during his sermon, which has expelled and terrorized migrants and laid claim to foreign land and resources, including Greenland. Quote, in this, our time, we still see too much discord, too many wounds caused by hatred, violence, prejudice, the fear of difference, and an economic paradigm that exploits the earth's resources and marginalizes the poorest, Leo said on Sunday. The White House did not respond to an immediate request for comment on whether Vance sought a longer meeting or whether one was in the works. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio were set to meet with other European leaders on Sunday, including Zelensky. Before he became Pope Leo, Father Robert Prevost reposted multiple posts that took aim at JD Vance's complicity in the Trump administration's draconian immigration policies. He reposted a National Catholic Reporter op-ed with the title, JD Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. And he shared other op-eds that highlighted the plight of migrants deported to El Salvador. Vance stepped aside to criticism in an interview with Hugh Hewitt earlier this month. I try not to play the politicization, of the Pope game, he said. Well, let's talk about that politicization thing in just a minute. This is one of the problems I have with Christianity in America today, with white Christianity in America today, with conservative Christianity in America today. And it's this love of Christians. As long as they're white, as long as they're American, we love Christians. And I say white because even conservative white Christianity in America has disdain and disrespect for black Christianity. And by black Christianity, I mean people who are black, who are Christians, who practice fundamentally a different version of Christianity, a more true version of Christianity, of loving your neighbor, taking up for the oppressed, the least of these. It comes out of the struggles of black people in this country, the oppression of black people in this country, who really can identify with, out of real life experience, the things that Jesus talked about, the people Jesus took up for, spoke up for. He wasn't there to coddle the privileged, Jesus Christ. He was there to protect the voiceless, the poorest, the sickest. But not white Christianity in America today. Not white evangelical Christianity. Not white nationalist evangelical Christianity. The other thing here is about not wanting to politicize the Pope game. You want to weaponize and politicize your religion at every take until you get asked the question, JD Vance. You abject fucking ghoul. I'm here for right now, at this moment, until we see otherwise, I'm here for this new Pope. I appreciate the non-coded language about criticizing JD Vance and his fake version of Christianity. I'm here for it. I will be here to criticize when criticism is necessary, as I am with all political parties and all religions and everything else. But for now, it's looking good because this administration needs as much pushback from the highest levels of power on the globe as can be mustered. It's going to take more than just coded language and between the lines criticism. It's going to take outright, bold condemnation. And hopefully, there's some segment of conservative Catholics in this country who will hear and heed the words of their leader, of the person they believe is the mouthpiece for Jesus Christ on this earth, the vicar of Christ. What do you think? I'd love to know what you think if you're Catholic. Again, not Catholic, don't have a dog in the fight relative to the church, but know enough about the Bible to believe what I believe. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on the social media, and you can yell at me there. I am at Dollemore, and I will see you next time. Not a religious man, but, you know, the things that I admonish people to do at the end of every video that I'm getting ready to say again are meaningful. And maybe it does come out of my Christian upbringing. I don't think so, but, be genuine. Take care of one another.